Hey there, lads and lasses. This is, of course, Thunderhead 64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States. On a Wednesday afternoon, it is a little bit past noontime, and that can only mean that it's time for some Generations Minecraft server and, in particular, Baby Zombie Rush. So, some of you may have been reading that out here in Southern California, we're having an apocalyptic rain event. It's gonna be fine. I was watching a TikTok video. One of the locals around here was showing one of the drainage aqueducts. It had some water in it, and they are like losing their minds. And they're thinking, oh my God, look, usually it's just a little trickle. It has some water in it. It's like a raging river. And I'm thinking back in New Hampshire, the Merrimack River on the laziest, sunniest summer afternoon. It is just colossal compared to that. But you know what looks really, really beautiful, though, is the mountains right now. I tried to get a picture of it this morning so I could post it. But you know, I was driving Kachi to school, and on the way back, I wanted to get up on the ridge so I could get a good panoramic shot of it. But that's when the clouds came back in and kind of obscured the view, so I have to wait. Maybe later on in the afternoon I can grab a shot of it. But it's supposed to rain again this afternoon. The rain has stopped for the moment, but it's supposed to rain again late this afternoon, early evening, and then it's supposed to be clear for the next few days. So. But I have never seen the mountains so opaque with snow. I mean, they are white from horizon to horizon, from east to west completely. I've seen the mountains I've been here for 21 years now, and I've seen the mountains get a good deal of snow, but never like this. They are completely white. Completely white. They're really beautiful. So I'll try to grab a couple of pics of that because I don't think we're going to see this again in quite some time. So, helping myself to a little bit of Belhaven Wee Heavy for my lunch. Good stuff. Fine, fine, fine stuff. Family-friendly stream, but, you know, legal, responsible, so we're good. We're good. Okay, with that being said, let me show you what I was working on last night and this morning into the wee hours. That stuff up there. Good Lord. Right now I'm posing for my thumbnail. One possible thumbnail. Hey there. So, let's do that. There we go. Okay, so it's been a while. I should have been able to parkour right across that. But I'm in creative mode right now anyway, because we're working on Baby Zombie Rush, so. When last we left off with Baby Zombie Rush, what we were trying to do is figure out a way to make the countdown clock. Excuse me. That's the Belhaven. Make the countdown clock activate, count all the way down to the last one, and then switch off. And we were trying to do that in the space that we have here, in a wall space that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3 in this corner. And we were running into all kinds of design issues. It was very hard to do. At one point, I figured, let's just rip it all out and we'll put all the guts of it. Try to figure out a way we could put all the guts of it underneath. Well, I think you can see that that didn't work out. A big part of the problem is maintaining this gap. The gap is necessary so the baby zombies can see us as we round corners and go into different, so they'll still pursue. Without this gap, the moment we round a corner, they'll stop pursuing once we're out of their eye line. So, but we need a redstone. We need to put redstone in above and below, and we need to be able to cross this space with redstone signals and stuff like that, which can be done, but it's kind of tricky. But one of the other challenges was to be able to load and unload the hopper timer and to have some sort of collection. And also, when the clock is finished and the countdown is complete, we need a redstone signal to trigger. We need it to trigger two things. We need it to trigger an exit so the player can get out, and also a command block so baby zombies will drop from the sky. This was all pretty challenging to do. So last night, I made myself, I didn't have the time, I just made myself take the time. And I stayed up very late into the wee hours just messing about with this to try to get some sort of system in place. And I believe I've succeeded. So let me run down what happens here. We're going to have some sort of entrance way. Now, before I had this kind of an entrance, I don't think I'm going to go with this. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to probably block this off and make this a dead end and make the entrance through a dead end somehow in some kind of way. I may have the dead end go right through here. Something like that. And then I may have the exit come out the side, one of these sides. I may do something like that. But the idea is the player runs down here, they reach this dead end. They click the button. They don't know what's going to happen. But what will happen is, and remember, I'm putting this dead end here now, but this whole layout will be changed when we actually build this on the generations, in the generations map, and invite players on to run. There'll be different configurations. So I don't mind, you know, possible contestants seeing the layout of this and stuff, because it'll change. It'll change, people. But a dead end, in this case, in the test world, the dead end will come right through here. Will lead out into this area. The moment that it does, the countdown clock will begin. The door will close behind. The baby zombies will come streaming in behind. And what will happen after that is the baby zombies are in an open area. They'll be burning in the sunlight. So the player needs to juke them and survive. If the player survives, the clock will then run out. And then the doors will open either here or over there and release the player into the maze, back into the maze. And baby zombies will rain down from the sky into these select areas. So they won't all come down into the same spot. They'll come down into different spots throughout the maze. That's the plan anyway. So that would be the next phase after this. Also, while the player is looking at the countdown clock, trying to figure out what's going on, there may be some stations here where the player can get some goodies, or maybe more bad things will happen, maybe more good things will happen. Again, you know, that's the idea. When you see a button in Baby Zombie Rush, you should always question whether you should push that thing or not. Will it result in something beneficial, something detrimental, maybe something neutral? I would like to have 3 such buttons, and I think the knee-jerk reaction would be to have like beneficial, neutral, detrimental kind of thing. But you know, they could be all beneficial, they could be all neutral, they could be all detrimental, they could be 2 of one thing and 1 of the other. You know, it depends. It depends. But anyways, let's take a look at how this thing works. Let's go through it. And this is not just for your benefit. This is for my benefit. Like I said, I was up looking at this working on this pretty late, so I need to review it myself. So the idea is a signal will come in from the door somewhere over to this activator. This part of it is temporary right over on this side. This is just for testing purposes. This will be out of here. This will stay intact, and this is me just doing the test trigger to launch the system. The door will launch the system from that side over there. So that may be what we're very likely going to work on. Maybe very likely. That's very likely what we'll be working on today is the triggering mechanism. But here's the temporary test triggering mechanism. So a redstone signal will come down to here. It will then activate this. This dropper will then dispense water and saturate this slab here. And then you can see the observer will see that, send the signal over here. There'll be another observer right there. The piston will push that observer into this one. It'll make an observer clock, which will run this dispenser. The dispenser will be filled with just enough items to send out a redstone signal across here that will light up all of these lamps. And as the dispenser dispenses the items, the signal will weaken and the lamps will begin to shut off one by one until we get to the last lamp. What happens is when the dispenser empties, the comparator will then shut off. This observer will see that and send a pulse over here, activate the piston again, and shut it off. It was so hard to do that. The dispenser will dispense into this water stream. The items will be collected in this hopper and then sent into this barrel. And then I can reload them right from here. I can take the items out of the barrel. I can load them back into the dispenser and then, rearm the system. That's the idea. Also, this redstone signal, the completion signal, will not only shut off the dispenser, but then we can route this signal over across, and I'll probably put the exit right here, and we can have it trigger the exit door and let the player out, which I think is going to be really, really cool. Yeah, it's just going to be so awesome. So, and also this signal can trigger the command block to drop the baby zombies. I'm thinking drop baby zombies first, because if the door opens and the player starts to run out, the player may not look up to see the baby zombies coming down. I'm going to try to arrange them so that no matter where you're facing, you can kind of see them coming down into the maze. But I think if this is delayed just a little bit when the clock runs out, I may have something like a firework go off, shoot upwards, or in a couple of different places to get the player to look up, and then you could see the baby zombies come down. So there may be something like that. But today, and we'll run this, and I'll show you how it works. And then today, we'll start to figure out some of this stuff here. Maybe we'll put in the entranceway in the doorway here. Maybe we'll do that. All right, let me prime this. If I am not mistaken, I think that has to be in place first. And we need to break that temporarily because we don't want this to read here. Now, I'm not going to put in all of the necessary items to make the entire thing light up. Let's just do the last lamp. So you can imagine that this has been ticking down until here we get to the last lamp. All right. There. Okay. We should be all set to go here. Good. Good. All right. So you can imagine now that the player has come through here, activated the door, has come on in. The baby zombies have followed in hot pursuit. No pun intended, because it will be literally hot pursuit as they're on fire running around here, right? The door closes behind. One of the things I might do, though, is just have the upper part of the door close behind. The entire door opens so the player can get through, but then just the upper part will close behind so the player can't get back out. But just in case there are any other lingering baby zombies, they can make it through, right? We can do that. All right, so you can imagine that they've come through, baby zombies have come through, and now you can see the items being collected. The clock would have been counting down. You can imagine it's on the last one. Okay, that emptied, sent the signal out. This came back over, and you can see it shut the system off. The items are still in the hopper, but, you know, they'll eventually all get back in there. Right, there they go. And it's all set to go. One thing I do need is this to turn itself back off afterwards. So this secondary pulse may also do that. But we'll have to see about arranging that. Right now, I can just do this manually. So I can just reach in there. Nope. I don't want you to do that yet. There we go. And we could just put that back in there for right now. There. And that's back in place. Okay. So that's how that works. I mean, it seems like it's very, very simple. And the best solutions usually are. And it's like, I don't see what the big deal was about that, Thunder. It looks like it's really easy. Yeah. Yeah. It is very, very easy. It is very simple. But arriving at this, I mean, I'm not comparing myself to Einstein. I'm just saying, you know, when he arrives at the final E equals mc squared, which is the simplified version of that, by the way, the linear version of that, it looks like it's just a simple linear equation, right? And you look at that and you say, I don't see what the big deal was. But the work leading up to that is incredible. And usually that's a guide in mathematics. It's usually the simplest looking solution is the one that nails it, right? And so if you're getting into this really complicated thing and the outcome is just crazy looking and getting crazier looking and crazier looking, it's usually you're on the wrong path, right? It's usually when things all wrap up into one crystallized, beautiful little package like that, that's when you know you're on the right track. And that's this kind of a thing, you know. I mean, if you looked at our system that we had before, it was much, much more insane than this, right? Now, this won't be glass here. This right now is just in place, so you could see the inner workings. This will be all encased in the black stone, so it'll be part of the wall. So the participant won't be able to see, right? So that's the idea. So I think right now, let me see. I have an access point there, so we don't need this. We can close this up. And as much work as I did on all of this and everything, I'm just going to take this out. I really don't like this idea of the entrance. I mean, it functions and stuff in its way, but it's not cool. It's not cool enough. Not cool enough for Baby Zombie Rush. Baby Zombie Rush has to be much cooler than this. You know, there's an expectation, you know, at least from myself. For the moment, I'm going to not fill this in completely because I think we're going to be doing some more stuff here. But I'm at least going to do that. And the same thing over here. This I'm just going to completely fill back in. And then there's some redstone underneath that we need to clean up. And we, of course, had some of these features in here that needed to be cleaned up. And we'll, like I said, you know, we did some good work here, so we'll restore those. And the same with our work that we did under here. We'll restore this as well. All of this stuff can come out. This was a lot of work too. You know, I feel a little tinge of regret busting all of this right now. But if we need to, I have the backup version of this world. I can always come back and look at this. Let's make sure that... Yeah, I think we're good here, right? Yeah, this redstone was for all of that stuff, that gate, that exit over there, so we're good there. Great. Okay, a couple things I wanted to do here. I wanted to remove these blocks under this. This seems like it's a kind of cosmetic effect, but I think it's pretty important. This helps me gauge myself under here, and helps me find out and keep track of where I am under the build. Okay, that's good. Yeah, this is good. All right, we need to maintain that. Then this will come over here like this. I mean, I could do this with a command as well. But this does involve a little bit of precision, so there we go. When I'm building this for reals, I may just use slabs for all of this. But for right now, the paths, at the very least, are going to be blocks. What I shall be replacing with slabs, however, is perhaps the floor of this part. It'll help me find my way around and stuff. That's the idea. And so let us do this. Let's put it in here. Slab. Nope, not like that happens. Like that. Just come over to here. Like this. And then we'll use a fill command here. Let's grab some chords. Right here. Right there. Now, I think when we do smooth stone. I think we could do slab, right? There it is. Okay, now I think there might be an option for top and bottom. I thought there was a... Keep outline. Destroy. Let me think. See, it put it all on the bottoms. Not good. I forget what the command was. You could specify top or bottom. But we can fix that. Let's do this. Let's do that. There it is. And let's get rid of all of this by just putting in air. Okay, let's try the same thing now. Replace, keep on, destroy. See, I thought... there was an option for this, and I forget. Incorrect argument. I thought there was something like top and bottom. This is to replace one thing with another thing. That's not what I want to do. I thought there was something like I could do this and do that. Let me see, top at position. Or you could put something like upper or something like that. Like it's an upper slab and not a... Something like that, and it puts it fills the slab on top. Well, actually, that's it. Yeah, it is an upper slab, right? Let me do a quick search. How do I place it with a fill command? See if I can remember how to do this. I think you might use the data value. Yeah, it's an 8. So but see, I don't know. See, that's an incorrect argument. So there has to be some sort of is it underscore 8? /8 -8. See, they didn't give me the code. They just said do that and then just put 8 in there. But you can see where if you do that, it doesn't, it's not helpful. But I've done this once before. I just have to remember how to do it. Stone underscore slab, but that's very, very old. I think it's different now. See, I made myself a sign and I put the code on the sign for it, but it, you know, I forget which one. Was it 1.20 when that came out? 1.20, it just obliterated all of the signs in my test world. Just erased all of them. Let me see. Okay, this is from 2 years ago. Yeah. Somehow I need to specify the block state of 8, but I don't know how to do that in the code. It just says space and then type 8, but I think it's changed since then. Unless it's the old way to write the code and I just take out the Minecraft colon. But see, 8 doesn't go there, right? So, and some say use replace, but see, 8 doesn't go there either, nor does replace. So, I'm trying to think of any kind of coding that I used to be able to know how to do here. Maybe that. Oh, hey, look at that. See? See, sometimes, you know, if you know like basic like coding tags and you can remember that kind of stuff, then sometimes you could just randomly try some and stumble across it. Right? So, there it is. Just like that. See? That's how that's done. Why is this up here? Bye-bye. Okay. And then when we're under here, see, it looks like this now. So that's helpful. At least it's, to me it is. I'm probably going to change it later and just undo the things we just did there. But okay, let's work on an entrance. I forget if we have. $15. Okay, we're on odds. So that's our middle block. All right. So I'm thinking on a doorway here, in some kind of way. Right, and we don't need this any longer. We can do this. I'm thinking a couple of dead ends right here. Like this. We'll do something like this. I suppose I could use a fill command here, but it's like... It's okay. We can place blocks here. That's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Like that. Okay. Let me see. I gotta make sure that the player could still get out. But again, out, I can put that anywhere. I'm still thinking on making the anvil run back here be the actual exit of the game. I think that would be a cool way to get out of the maze. or to try to leave the maze. Okay, let me see. So the starting point for the maze is back here. Yeah, that's right. The exit is near the starting point. Okay, got it. And again, you know, I mean, you could look at something like this, or you think you could look at something like this and know that this is the entrance and you can see over there and stuff. Oh, you know, this will all be strategically decorated and blocked out, so things like that are not going to be obvious, right? So, absolutely not. So I'm thinking something like this. So player comes running around here. As a choice, I'm either going to go down there or I'm going to go. And this will be not so obvious. In fact, just for the moment, let us do this. Oh, in fact, this is even better. Let's just take, how much do I need? Let's just take this much out. Okay. Okay. This is good. One of the things I'm thinking is maybe I should leave this in. And then I can pull these away. Something like this. But of course on this side it'll look like that. So I mean you come running down here like this. And this is good because you can't really see too much under there. So that's, I like that. Then you'll come over here. We'll have a button on probably one of the sides because I don't want the player to necessarily know that it's going to open up. I might, but. Okay, we can have two of these open up. Or we could just have either side open up like that. That could be a thing too. I could make like a 3x3 piston door kind of thing, but I don't know, you know, I don't want it to be that complicated. Also, we don't have enough room for that. If you can see, you know, we really only have this. I could make it more than, you know, I could extend this out to like 6 blocks. I could do that. If I needed a lot of room to make this door. I would like to not have to do that. But that would be really cool. Yeah, I mean that's a solution if we really need it. This can be filled in right there. Okay, we're good. And actually having this now, this may not be the exact configuration for every every contestant, but having the contestant come out into here like this and running from the baby zombies is a cool thing because the countdown clock is the first thing they see. So I like that. And again, you know, I'd like to hide the redstone as much as possible. And this is one of those things where I don't think I can do a double piston extender kind of thing here. Not in this kind of area. There's just not enough room. I could drop these down below without too much of a problem. I could figure out how to do that. If I only left one space like this for the player to get through, that might be okay. But again, I think if I do that, you know, the easiest thing would be to just pull the blocks through on the side like that, which is, you know, that's probably what I'm going to do. Just pull these blocks in to either side there. And so I may just push the button in like that, put the button right there, and then it just pull those in. I mean, that's the easiest thing to do. Yeah, that's going to be the easiest thing to do. All right, so let's just start out with some sort of easy thing that works, and then we'll see about trying to make that fancy. Hey, Thunder. I've just been here lurking. Playing. Okay. Let me see. I think I saw a message that you were streaming while I was out driving Kachi this morning, right? And that was a Beat Saber stream? Awk. Greener was also streaming this morning. I think you had finished by the time I got back, though. But usually you stream later on Wednesdays, right? After I'm doing my stream. But anyways, I'm happy to see you. I had 2 streams. Demonologist and Beat Street. Wow. Not streaming tonight, though. Okay. Oh, it didn't like your lol for some reason. Lol, I'm. Why doesn't it like lol, I'm? Is that because of lolly? Probably. Anyways, how have you been? And if you need to lurk, you're more than welcome to. I appreciate it just the same, because I know you're playing. Sticker Piston. It doesn't have to be in caps, hands. Just relax. Just relax. It's gonna be fine. Let us do. Let me see. This will have to be in extended, and it'll have to be an extended from. Uh-oh. Let me think about this for a moment. The block will be here. Oh, we have enough room. We need to be in that general direction. And me see. We can do this. Like that. Okay, that's good. And I think I just need to... You know, I may do something that sucks that slab down. If that slab isn't there, that's kind of good, because if that slab isn't there, you can't get back out. But the baby zombies can. That's good. And you need to crouch to get in. Okay, that's good. That's a little bit of a challenge. I like that. It'll just pull down that slab. If I do 2 slabs, though, it's easier. So, let me see. I think that'll do. For right now, I shall use a stone block because we're doing test for redstone and stuff. So let's do that. This will have to be... I think we can do something like that with a torch. And let's just go like this for the moment. All right, and then we will depower that block, and that should open the door, right? So the door is closed right now. And when we shut off this, the door will open. And that's a pretty easy thing to do, actually. It should be. Let's do this. Let's get a button. We may need a timer circuit, too, to leave the door open. We're going to need that. I would like the button to be right there. That would be cool, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And we will, again, we'll put a smooth stone block here just to let us know, hey, redstone. And this can be one of these things like... That should shut that off, but it doesn't. But it's okay, because we can run the circuit right across the top. So if we took... Now, if we just did like old school redstone, you could just do something like this. Right? And then if we do... Oh, this has to be conductive block. Okay, all right. It's fine. That's fine. Like target block. Okay, that's better. Okay, that should work. Then, what? No signal from above? That should transmit a signal through here and up. One thing we can do is you could do something like this, and then do... I mean, you probably don't even need like a target block for that, but... And then you might be able to do something like this, right? Or... Something's got it powered. Could it be this block here? Wow, it's continually powered by something. What's powering it? Does it retain its state? I think it retains its state. Let's get a repeater. Is it because I have that torch there? I think it is, right? Redstone. That's right. I put a torch back there, didn't I? Like this. Okay, and then when I go like this, that's what I want to see. Like that. Okay, that's good. Now, this stuff is kind of difficult to set up in a small space like this. Because I need a countdown clock. I mean, I could use an Etho Hopper clock, but that's down there. I get through here. Oop. I could use observers too. It won't keep this. You know, instead of doing that, we could do this kind of thing. But the observer won't hold the thing open, right? That's the problem with the observer. No, that's not how I want that. Let me see. I want the Piku facing this way. So it observes that block change. And I could go up with it. I mean, it adds a little bit of... Hey. Adds a little bit of height to it. Which, I don't know. The other thing I could do is do that too. I mean, you would need to have a repeater there. Okay, whatever. We have repeaters. For the output. This might be fast enough to do this. If not, you can always do that kind of a thing. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got no signal through here at all because it's what, way too fast, or? Well, let's bust this down just for a moment so we can see things not working. This should see the block update. Like if I do that, it should see the block update. think the torch that I'm placing... That's weird because this goes off. It should be enough to shut this off long enough to retract that piston long enough. Could be something like that. If we do this right too, it'll grab the block and pull it back instead of just push it in and push it out. And if it's a button, it'll have double action too. So there is that. Maybe we can get it from the top like that. But the problem with this is it's not in extended state, right? If I do that, it might be too slow. Like that. And then it needs to be in... I mean, I have these kinds of things. I have all of them here. But if you'll see that these are all on the exterior walls. Say they're easy to make on the exterior walls because you can put the timing circuit in. Right? Excuse me, but on the interior wall like this, wow. Now, again, a cool idea is to do this from underneath somehow. I still think having something simple like that is the best way to go. And just something like this where now a button gives off less, a wooden button gives off less than a stone button, and it is not enough to shut off a torch. Yeah, I should have remembered that. Plus, I'm on the wrong block. Yeah, a wooden button would do it. I don't think wood or stone makes too much of a difference in this application. Like that. This might be, you might have that kind of a thing. This here might be that kind of a thing. And we might have to go triples with this. Maybe that would be better here. This should not be powered. On, off. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would think that this would be turning that one off, but almost there. Remember, these are going to have to be like this. So thing is trying to bridge this gap across here. Again, I thought I had that though with a target block, right? I mean, but I guess not. Torch is the way to go. But now, it's like I need one more torch. And the thing is, if I put that torch, well, that might do it. Okay, and then I just run this across the top of that block, and I think I'm good, right? Okay, good. All right, that's kind of a hack way of doing it, but... Now, I have a little bit of space here. I can fit a clock in here if I do it right. If I do it right. If I do it right, I can fit a clock. And I can have it keep this open for as long as I need. I think I can do that. This is weird. It's not... My middle mouse scroll is not working. There it goes. It's still not working. It's weird. See what that looks like from here. That's pretty inconspicuous. I mean, this will be Blackstone, right? That's pretty inconspicuous. I mean, you come running down the alley here. You go, no, I'm not going to go there. I'll go here. I press this. That will move in. For a certain amount of time. But I want this to stay open kind of long. Kind of long, but not too long. And then also, I have to figure out a way to trigger these to sink down below. And this is going to be hard, you guys. This is going to be hard. Again, I'm going to have to transmit a redstone signal through the gap. And I want to leave this side over here for that purpose. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe Etho Hopper Clock. See, I want to give these enough time, just enough time to allow the player through. But then I want these to stay open longer, so the player can't get back through, but the baby zombies can. And then those will close a little bit later. So see, that'll pull up. I guess the player could try to come out through there, but... And I don't have enough room to put in, like, double pistons here. I don't have that kind of room. Yeah, I would have to do something like that, I'm thinking. And then when these drop... Yeah, I have no room to put any sort of retraction device in there. Yeah, we're just a little too cramped for space here. Wow. I am way past time to switch to standing mode. Okay, I think we're in good shape here. This is one of these things where, you know, I'll get this at like 2 a.m. Let's do that. I mean, I could use one of these clocks here, right? And the other thing is, I could also make it easier on myself by just making this whole thing like 6 blocks thick. Maybe I'm going to have to do that. But if I do that, there's more blocks that need to be moved in order to open and close things. If I do something like this, right? If I completely close this up right to here, and I'm filling this in for now. I know I'm just going to hollow this out afterwards, but just to give you guys the idea. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me do that. Yeah, okay, let's just open up the workspace. Right, this would give me potentially this kind of area to work with. And I think I did this over with the Ravager trap. Like that. And actually more like this too. I mean, it gives you this kind of area for the doorway. I guess you could also do this. Gives you that kind of area to work with. I mean, it's a pretty big space. Could bring these out too, like about that much. And with those, you could even bring this out this way. Some to hide some more stuff. This one you can't, the way that's shaped, but you could do something like that. I believe I did that over here. Yeah, see? I did this with the Ravager dispenser. Over here, I just made a big block area. And from the outside, I mean, you can't really even tell. I mean, you sort of can. A little bit. You can see some features, but oh man, I can use dispensers for this and flood this with water. Oh, I just thought of that. So cool. Those pools of water there are to protect the baby zombies from the fall damage. When they shall come raining down from the skies. So I can still put a button there, you know, and then open this kind of stuff up. And now I could have the player run through now. I would probably have some sort of, you know, I want this to be here, but it'll be one of those things like, let's put in the redstone first, and then we'll build around it. Okay, actually I can hear something outside, so I need to do a be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry, the landscapers showed up. We had to help them get access to the back. Okay. We are doing this. And we were thinking, you know what? Let's just expand this area. Let's just make the entrance like nice and big. And I'm probably not thinking of this correctly. A lot of this is me just looking at this. You know, it's a little bit better when I have some of you in chat who are a little more vocal, you know, and you do suggestions, because then we usually all think together on it. But most of this is me just like flying around trying to imagine stuff. And it can be difficult sometimes. Again, you know, I can't really see pulling these up or down or back. These really have to be pulled forward, right? So, pulled forward, retracted back into the wall. So again, we're back to pretty much this configuration, right? Where we can actually, it should be the other way. Should be this way. No, like that. And then like that. It should be that kind of a thing. And then it should retract and, okay. Yeah, it should do that. I'm thinking, you know, I mean, the old school hack way of doing it is just doing that. And then just sending a signal over to turn these blocks on and off. Which, you know, it isn't too hard to do. That kind of a thing, you know? And I'm thinking, you know, to keep the player on track, I'm thinking this kind of thing. Making the path for them, right? Well, what I can't get through my thick skull is why this won't do that. I mean, it has to be affected, I suppose, right? But again, you know, the only real thing we could do with that is a torch with that kind of a thing. You could, again, do something with observers, but then observers, you get into the timing of them and stuff, and it gets to be a pain. That should work. You know, I'm thinking, you know, because you can make stacks like this. You can make the towers like this, right? The The torch towers. Right? Like that. But torch towers carry signals up, not down. I mean, this is taking up a lot of space, though. This is a lot of space. It's a lot of space. Oh, wait. Wait. I'm sure I can think of a far more space-efficient solution than this. And again, I think we're getting the quasi-connectivity thing going on here, where somehow that is running this. See how this is permanently on? It's like, why are you doing that? Why? This should shut this off. And it should retract that piston. And it doesn't. That's like totally weird. But if I broke this, see, that should be doing that. It may be the case where no, it shouldn't do that. I mean, is it such that this signal is not strong enough? Like if I had a lever, for example. Without the caps, please. Without the caps. See, I'm thinking... that should not do that. I don't know why, but that should not do that. Please. That should not be doing that. I don't know why that does that. And it's something simple, and for some reason I can't see it. Brain is tired from being up all night. And really, to retract them back, that's really the only thing I can do. I mean, I suppose. But this is so many extra blocks that are so unnecessary. Like, why would I need a repeater here? Right? Why the heck would I need a repeater? And I'm thinking if that's there, that's there. And it's not shutting off that block. So I'm going to need what? Another repeater. Hawk. It's like these blocks are not being powered. I mean, I understand I have that on the bottom one and that on the top. I get that, but I mean, even without that, you know, I suppose I could stick it up there, but I'm just thinking I could have done that without that. I could have just done something. I'm thinking I could have just done something like this. I mean, is that what it was? I just had the button on the wrong block because, and I can't see it. Because I'm old. Ark. Thunder. How am I doing for time? 1:42. 18 minutes left. Plenty of time. There we go. You know, I could use the, if I use the repeater coming out of the back of this block. I mean, it should just, I mean, that should be fine. And it's not. it doesn't work. Why? See, I'm thinking that should be fine. See, and it's so not fine. So why? Why? Why must you do that? Okay, sure. Okay, I would need to put blocks. Oh, block there. Okay, good. Good. Okay, that's fine. Now, I would need a... Okay, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Right, we can do this. I find this very weird that we have to do this way, but Okay. No. Yes. Okay. So we've got that in there like this. Now, if I built up this wall thusly, like that, and then I came over here like this, one side works and the other doesn't. Okay. They're the same. Okay. Oh, no. We're missing one piece of... Okay. All right. Fine. 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 All right. I like that. Now, the player only really needs one of these to go through. The player should be able to see that both lead to the same place. Maybe give them a moment of indecision or something. I don't know. But see, now we have all of these slabs that we need to retract. I mean, I guess the player could just, like, crouch through, but the baby zombies would overtake the player almost immediately. And that's 6 of these we have to retract downward now. But at least now we have room for a clock that we didn't have before. And so we have a choice. We could put one of these comparator clocks in, and I think that'll be fine. Comparator clocks should be okay for... That should be a... That should be a dot, not a line. That should be a spot like this. Let me see. Guess we could do that, right? It's been a while since I put one of those in place, but... And I think... This might cause some problems with that, but... What blocks need to be conductive and what can be insulated? I think we could just... That has to be a conductive block, but I think these blocks, the substrate could be glass, and it might insulate that. What I'm concerned with is these redstone signals here powering that block. But, by the way, we can do away with that. I think. No, we can't. I need those in there for the roof. I was just going to put repeaters there and there. But I can't do that. So these have to be here for now. Ugh. So I'm thinking this, right? Like if I put... Like if I had a block here, right, and I press the button, it should be okay. It should be insulated. All right, maybe it'll be all right. Okay, maybe it'll be all right. Inputs and outputs. Let's see. We could put the circuit here. I just have to think of how to sandwich this. Yeah, we might have to move some things around. Let me see. We'll put the input here. Input and output are usually on the same side for these kinds of clocks. Like if I have that there, well, if I have that there, the output, say I run the input here. All right, the output will be there. Now that's fine for this one, but how am I going to get the output from here over to there? I mean, I guess I could bring it up and over, but I mean, if I ran this way, that would also be a problem, though. You know what would be really cool, and I might have thought of this before, is if I could make a vertical version of this. But anyways, let me see. Input, let me see. It's reading the input. The output is there. Got it. Okay. And there's 4 of them. So if this is the input here, it's got to read them like this. Got a conductor block there. This comes over here, and then the output, it's reading that, and then the output is there. And it's that kind of a thing. And then again, for this side, the output is easy. It just goes over there. But for this side, it's not so easy. You can see right away, even with all this room, it's still kind of cramped. And you know what? I wonder what happens if you make the input block the direct block. Whereas like over here, right? Well, here, I mean, we're running that. Okay, so this is the one I'm looking at. Right, so if I come over here, see how it stays on for a little bit. And then it counts down. So that's what I need to have happen over here. Let's see how fast this goes. Right. What happens now if I see how it stays on for a while and then the signal fades? Yeah, so I can't do a direct input like that. And I need the repeater, I think. No, I don't need the repeater. Okay, well that helps. That means without the repeater, I could probably move the whole thing into here by one block. Like. Like this. If I put the button up by one more... Oh, but then I have the direct thing going on again, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that takes care of that on that side. I could use that for the output. And then use that for the output on that side, which is not really my favorite thing to do. Yeah, see, the timing's a little bit different because of the... You could fix that with some repeaters pretty easily. Do we have the same amount of room on either side? The one thing would be super wasteful, but would time the doors properly, would be to... I mean, this is awful. Why would you do this? But it's just the way that... See, I mean, they open perfectly like that, but... I suppose... Kind of like that. This is pretty much right where I want it. Those open up the way I want them to open. The difficult part... the difficult part... is going to be to retract these slabs down through the floor. That is not going to be easy. That is not going to be easy, kids. How am I doing for time? I'm at the end of the stream. Like that. And like that. And then I would have a row of pistons that pulled these down. So they would be in the... Let's just put those in place because we're going to need those. They're going to have to be right on that level. Like that. And that like that. As far as pistons go, I think... Let's just remove these temporarily. Like that. Then we can put them back. With a... There we go. Okay, that's not good. I was hoping I could have one row here powering the others, but I might have to do that kind of a thing. And then have these doing that kind of a thing. And then similarly, over here, and then over here. That I could just have some circuit run across here. That when we press this, when we press this button, somehow it's going to send a signal down to there and retract those. And we need that, excuse me, timer to be longer than this one. So that might be like an Etho Harper clock. Also, we could raise this up one and have these directly under the pistons, but I think I'm going to need the room here to run some circuitry. So that's why I'm doing that. Also, we could, if we needed to, remove this right up to there because we can leave that middle one in place, right? So this would hit there, and then these would drop. And let me see. Okay. It didn't like that. Why? Oh, this is why. All right. Sure. So we may have to do that in 2 stages. Yeah, we might have to do that in 2 stages. We might have to do these on the outside and have a circuit loop around. Wow, that's going to be big. Yeah, so this might have to be this kind of a thing instead. Like this. Like this. I mean, this is how I usually build these things. It just seems a little wasteful. Like that, right? I mean, it leaves more room for circuitry too, but... And then this can do this kind of a thing. And this can do this kind of a thing like this. And all of that can come out. I mean, technically you wouldn't need these if you had those, right? Could probably do this kind of a thing. And thinking like that. Save a little bit of room. I should be ending the stream right now, but I'm kind of just want to do this and get this through here. Yeah, I like that. And then this over here. Like this. And let me bring this out to here just to be safe. And probably just stick a repeater on there just to make sure we have enough signal. Is this gonna... Yeah, okay. Wow, that drops very, very low, doesn't it? And the player can still get out there. Huh. Okay. How far down does it go? Okay. And we would have to have I would probably... Why is my middle mouse button not working? We would have to have this just to clean things up, I think, right? So you have that kind of a thing. And then similarly on this side, like this. Okay. All right. I mean, if you think about this, right? If I just did that, we wouldn't even have to do all of this upper stuff, right? I mean, all of that becomes pointless. Right, you could still, you could just leave those like that. Well, maybe not. Maybe you'd still need to pull those down. Oh, it doesn't work that way. Okay. Yeah, because we wouldn't be able to get in. But you wouldn't need... I think you would just need this one. Right? If I did something like... There. All right. So if I'm here... Maybe I'd still need the slabs, right? Maybe I would still need to do this kind of a thing. Maybe I'd still need to at least do that, right? Yes? No, yes? These would have to be blocks, just to cover things up. And then we need another block around that. Should be ending the stream, Thunder. It's okay. We're fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'll put one there, put one there. Put one here, like that, I think. And then, like that. Right. I mean, we're in the standard down position right now. We'll maybe take those two off, right? And when these lower, you know, it would probably be better if we had these lower in front as well. Just to help get you in there. Right, and then we'll have to move this whole thing forward a little bit. See, there. It's going to be okay. There. See, I told you everything would be okay. Oh, wait. We do have this, though. And this is going to look a little weird, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we have to maintain this gap. This gap is important. Good. Let's do this and this, I think. Right? Huck. And that. And again, just for now, let's just stick the torch there so we're in permanent down mode. I mean, we would be something like this. That would be open like that. And somehow I've destroyed this. What have I done? Oh, did I break that? There we go. That doesn't look too bad. We would need to do something like that, and then here would need to be the, oh, right. Yeah, so we'd have to work out like the smooth stone for that, which would be not that bad. I'm thinking just these two here, we lower them down by even one more block. Yeah. Okay, I'll work this out off camera, probably at like 2 a.m., something like that. I just love doing this redstone stuff, though. It's fun. Let us see here. Okay, let's see if there's anybody to whom we can raid out. JD. Oh, right. You know who I haven't raided in quite some time? The mighty Waylander Tone. And right now, looks like he's playing Prince of Persia. So, there is the raid message up there in the chat if you happen to be lurking. I think we have nothing but bots right now, but it's okay. Copy. Let's see. And, if you do happen to be lurking and I didn't see you for some reason and you want to join us, you can copy and paste that into the chat. I always encourage people to come along with the raid, even if you can't stay for the entire raid. If you could just drop in and say hi and maybe follow some bits, some subs, that would be super, super cool if you feel so inclined. Not necessary, though, but always cool. Let me see. Let's set up the raid itself. There we go. Family-friendly viewers, Waylander Tones sometimes have some like mature language in his stream and everything, but super cool guy. Super cool guy. Cool community. Right now playing Prince of Persia, so we will raid out to him. Just remember that we do this Generation stream every Wednesday from noon to 2 o'clock p.m. Today we went a little bit over, but every Wednesday, and we alternate the Wednesdays. Today we worked on Baby Zombie Rush in creative mode, in the creative mode test world. Next week we will be back in the survival world, working in survival. Just doing all kinds of stuff in there. Trying to finish things is what we'll be doing in there, yes. That's what we'll be trying to do. And then our next stream after that will be Buffooncraft. That'll be Friday from 11 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. And let me see. And then on our next stream after that will be Sunday. That'll be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be Kachi time. And Kachi and his pals will want to play Roblox very, very likely. So, but our last stream for Kachi time on Sunday was even more fun than usual, especially when we got into Strongest Battlegrounds. Those guys. Okay, without further ado, let us raid out to Waylander Tone. We're raiding out now. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.